Greetings, YouTube. This week on the channel, we have taken our annual opportunity to talk about what best 6 stars to take to rank 3, 5 stars to rank 5. Although, let me say this about 5 stars to rank 5. I have seen 5 stars, especially rank 5 stars, clear all content in a very manageable way. And so anybody that comments, oh, rank 5 stars, that's like talking about max 4 stars. Well, first off, no, it's not. Not at all. Not even close. But second, you know that not everybody's you, right? Like, you know that not every account has the spending that you do or the experience that you do. And so it's important to remember there are a lot of people playing this game who started, like, I don't know, in the past year. And their best champions are 4 stars. And they're just trying to become Conqueror and eventually Uncollected. Like, that represents a lot of summoners. My channel is not just for in-game players or even players that are like, I don't know, mid-tier. It's also for beginners. It's for everybody. So with that being said, today's video is specifically designed to talk about 4 stars and not just because when I talk about 4 stars, instead of the discussion being like, what 4 stars should you take to rank 5? I don't think that can really be the responsible discussion. I think it needs to be what 4 stars, rank 4, rank 5, whatever, are you going to want to rank up as much as you can, and maybe rank 4 is the best you can do. And I've seen so many people become Uncollected with rank 4 stars because, yes, this video is designed to help you beginners out there figure out who to take up to save you units and to save you revives and potions and ultimately to get you to become Uncollected, which used to be the second best title, and now it's the third best. It goes Uncollected, then Cavalier, then Thronebreaker. So, shout out to all the summoners who are still ranking up 4 stars. This video is for you. So, by the way, this is against the Collector. So there's somebody like Quake, right? Who normally I'd say, yeah, it's max ranker. For the Collector, probably not, right? At least with my good but not exceptional Quake gameplay, I would not say that Quake would be as good of a matchup. In fact, when I'm thinking about this guy and how if you can successfully, especially bait some specials and dex him from the Collector, Spider-Ham might be a better option than Quake for this fight. Amazing. I'm going to talk about in this video mostly feedback that I've received, especially in the past couple years, regarding certain champions that you may not think about that have done really well against the Collector. Certain champs, we'll get to them, but like Daredevil Classic, especially at high sig, great against the Collector. Dr. Voodoo, OP. Gwenpool, sure. So, yeah, these aren't champions that I'm going to say, you've got to take these to rank 5 as 5 stars. But for this video, heck yeah! Okay, so I don't know anybody who's used Red Guardian against him. Maybe he's really good. People that I know have used Human Torch, especially if you save his Awakened ability. Solid matchup. Captain America Infinity War. If you can get good RNG and parry heavy especially. Void, if you can survive. I've seen it, but for this fight usually, yeah. She-Hulk, very good option. Spider-Gwen is an honorable mention for that as well. And basically, that starts off my science class. Also an honorable mention, if you have the right synergy, is Red Hulk. All right, we're going to jump straight into this class. And like I said, Daredevil Classic, particularly at the beginning before the ability accuracy reduction kicks in, he can just... I was going to say phase, but he can evade through all Collector specials. And so, yeah, he doesn't do the most damage, but he's still solid. Nick Fury, not only for synergies, but also if he's awakened, you get the real Nick Fury, if he's not bugged in the fight, to come back. And so Nick Fury can be a very solid option against the Collector, who also reminds me, he does have some regen. And so I'm going to say this a lot, because it's not realistic to one-shot the Collector, not even close. He's named the Collector because he's there to collect your units and your potions and your revives. So you got to take him down in chunks, and you've got to be prepared to put several level 1 revives in. I'll talk about this when we get to the Mystic more, but the person that I beat the Collector with is not a good option at all, but I had a strategy and it worked. It just took a lot of the revives that I saved up to become Uncollected in the first place. So Nick Fury... I'm sure still Spidey could be a good option in the right hands. Those hands are not mine. Blade also, I don't think for this fight is really that good of an option. So we've got Nick Fury, Daredevil Classic. Gwenpool is a good option. I have known people who swear by it if they can be skilled, and again, not in my hands, but they just spammed special ones with Hawkeye. Sure, we'll go with that. Hitmonkey could be fun, but really not exceptional. Aegon, only if you're really able to build up a good combo in the path, or if you've got enough health. The problem with the 4-star is that, like, sometimes you want to get hit, right? With the right synergy, like let's say you've got the Heimdall synergy, which is the strategy. You can do the Abyss strategy that I used against the Collector. Build up those Furies at the beginning of the fight by getting hit, and then counter with a good amount of damage. And if you've got the hit count up enough, you could even be unblockable. That obviously, those paths in Act 5.2 are not going to give you as many opportunities to take your Aegon up combo-wise. I've known people who somehow didn't know how Aegon worked, and unfortunately took in their unawakened Aegon, and was like, I don't see why he's such a good option. He's not really the Aegon that people talk about unawakened, so just keep that in mind. You want your 4-star at as high sig as possible. And apparently I have all skill 4-stars right now they're releasing the game. That's bizarre. All right, we are moving on to the Mutant class. With the right RNG, Archangel can be insanely good for the option. Omega Red, hit or miss. Domino can be a great counter. I've known a few people who've sworn by either X-23 or Wolverine, but would they have as guaranteed of a counter as, say, Red Mags? Probably not. In fact, Red Mags now, with the heavy attack being unstoppable, you're not going to have to worry as much, other than taking the damage that you'd take from, say, if he hits you while you're unstoppable, that you would before. I think Red Mags is a great option for the Collector, and just in general, he's a great champion to take up. So Red Mags, I've known Emma Frost. People have had luck with Emma Frost, so shout that out. Domino, Sunspot's going to do some good damage. So Archangel, Omega Red, Sunspot, Domino. If you can get to a special 3 with Havoc, but probably not. Yeah. And then as far as Strife and Jubilee at the time of recording this, don't have enough data. I'm not going to speculate. We're going to say no for now. Moving on. Cosmic class. Corvus is obvious, especially if you can get any of his missions to get those crits at as high as possible at the beginning of the fight. Captain Marvel movie, if you can ramp her up, but I would definitely I would not wait until that fight to start with those binary charges. OG Thor used to be an incredible option. Now I'm not going to put my money on him. I love Hyperion, but in this fight, it takes the right skill. I think Venom is a safer choice, believe it or not, against the Collector than Hyperion, at least for my hands. If you know how to use them, I'm sure Cosmic Ghost Rider is a great option. Not in these hands. Cole, I don't think would be the best option. Venom the Duck gets a honorable mention. And really, I think that's about it. Medusa, maybe? What do you think? Hopefully Terrax will be a good option, but we won't know that until next month. All right, I know I'm flying through these, but there's so many champions to talk about, and we don't want to waste time. Ghost, if you can play well with Ghost, and you have especially the right synergies, at least bring in Wasp, that can be awesome. Warlock can be a great counter. Stark Spidey continues to be top 5 MVP in my book for the Collector. If you can build up those poised charges before you go into battle, and especially if you have him above 50% health, incredible. At the beginning of the fight, and this isn't going to be a one-shot or anything, I think OG Vision, more than Age of Ultron Vision with the guaranteed power gain, great option. For some damage, I can see Guillotine 2099 working out, but I wouldn't put her in the same category as the others unless you're maybe taking in her with 100 hits automatically to the fight. Guardian, I'm going to say no for the too much ramp up. Sentinel, honorable mention. Star-Lord, I've known people to do it, but I'm not going to safely put Star-Lord in the same category anymore for this. Now, we have some Hulkbuster loyalists out there who say, Prof, why don't you ever talk about Hulkbuster? He's so good. Not in my hands. I don't like his fighting style, but can he be a little bit of a tank against the Collector? I can see it. If you love to use Hulkbuster, feel free. Okay, this is the class that I use to take down Juggernaut. Or take down Juggernaut. I used a Juggernaut to take down the Collector. Because was Doctor Doom in the game? No. Black Widow Clairvoyant? No. And by the way, both those guys and gals, decent options. Voodoo, incredible MVP for this fight, didn't have him. Magic in the right hands, especially if you can build up to that special 2 at first, you can do some good damage with Magic. She is an honorable mention for this. Scarlet Witch, pre-patch 12.0, you're thinking, man, she's going to be a beast against anybody, including the Collector. Now, RNG might need to be on your side, but she can do some decent damage if you can land some crits. Juggernaut was unstoppable at the beginning of the fight, so I would always charge, and then I would do as much damage as possible. Usually it was only about 5 to 10 hits, and then I'd immediately force quit. Now, there are so many better options than that now, not just red mags, but also, if nothing else, Corvus, right? You all told me yesterday, Prof, don't sleep on him. For rank 5, for rank 3, Dragon Man is an MVP. So can Dragon Man be a good Collector option for the community? Please put in the comments if you think so to help people out. I don't know. Never used him. Morningstar in the right hands, ramped up, can be a good option as well. Symbiote Supreme, I say no. Sorry, Alcoholic, no. It's interesting to think about both Mojo and Sasquatch, 2 champs that several of you swear by as well. Are they good Collector options? Maybe. But I'm not the person to trust on that. It would need to be somebody in the comments. I'm not going to pretend that I've used them. So, there are some unique options against the Collector. People like I discussed Dr. Voodoo, Stark Spidey, even OG Daredevil, they get a higher value in this fight than they would normally. And if you're ranking up 4 stars, you're not going to sacrifice the rank up materials that you would of 5 stars, and especially 6 stars, though we don't have a 6-star Voodoo or Stark Spidey at the time of recording this. So there you have it, YouTube. What do you think about the best Collector options in 2021? I know it's been a while, maybe like a year and a half since we did this, but we did it, and I promised some of you that I would. Shout out to everybody who plays this game casually, still ranks up 4 stars, and that's their best champions. There's a lot of you out there, and you do not deserve to be ignored, not on my channel, not on any channel, because you are a heartbeat of this game and of this community, and we all appreciate that you play the game and that you're here.